Now, we know you got to eat this summer, so we thought we'd share some lighter recipes for your gatherings with family and friends. Here for our Healthy Bite segment is Ashley Semper with OSF Healthcare. Welcome back, Ashley.
Thanks for having me back.
Of course. So what are we making this time?
So we're making a really light, refreshing pasta salad. I'm sure you've been to a cookout or a picnic over the summer, and there's that classic pasta salad that has like the Italian dressing in it. Well, this is a pesto pasta salad, and I assure you, you'll never go back to your original pasta salad.
Alrighty, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, we have lots of vegetables in there, some protein. We've got some healthy twists on it. So, of course, pasta salad starts with pasta. That is a whole grain rotini pasta. You can use any shape you want. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with whole grains, but they're full of fiber. So we want to make sure half of our grains each day are whole. And when we have whole grains and fiber in our diet, it helps with blood sugar control, helps with digestion, heart health. So we want to make sure that we're getting at least half of our grains each day whole. So some people don't like whole grain. I've worked with a lot of people that are like, absolutely not, I don't want a whole wheat anything. But pasta, I think it makes it easy. And if you don't like all whole grains, you can mix half whole grain and half white pasta together. And you might not be able to tell the whole grains in there. So
alrighty, sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's add our chicken. The chicken is actually, I cheated on this, and I got the frozen rotisserie chicken that was in the freezer section that's already shredded and everything.
Do we mix as we go?
You can mix as you go, you can mix at the end. Now, what's great about that is, like I said, I don't have to cook that chicken, but what is not so great about it is it does have a little bit more sodium in it. When you find kind of the frozen chicken breast, sometimes they inject it with broth and things. So I was able to still keep the sodium down in this, but just if you cook it from scratch, your chicken breast, it'll have a lot less sodium in there.
Nice.
So that was 2 cups of shredded rotisserie chicken. All right, next we'll go with the zucchini. Now that's right there to your right. Now zucchini is a summer squash. The summer squash, you can eat the outside and the seeds on the inside. So I just chopped up the entire squash. You could use yellow squash if you want. However, the green gives it a better color. Again, that skin gives the fiber. There's some antioxidants in there, good for our vision. And people are probably like, raw zucchini, who eats raw zucchini? This is one of those things that I tried it, and I like it better than cooked zucchini. But if you don't like the raw, then you certainly can cook it.
And we can add seasoning to it before we throw it in raw.
Well, there's going to be pesto that we add at the end that'll pull it all together. So next we have cherry or grape tomatoes, whatever. You could use any tomato you want, but that is a cup of halved grape tomatoes, and that's full of vitamin C, along with some red onion, which is also full of vitamin C. Has some powerful plant compounds in there.
Smells
Gives
good.
it some little zing to it. And then I'm going to add some walnuts. Walnuts are a heart-healthy fat. That's a half of a cup of walnuts. It gives it a little bit of a crunch. Now, the last ingredient is pesto. And pesto actually already has pine nuts in it or walnuts, depending on how it's made.
Now, quick question before you get into the pesto. About the nuts, are there any substitutes for our people with allergies?
You could just leave the nuts out. Yeah, you don't have to use nuts in there, because I was just going to tell you there's actually nuts in that pesto. So if you have a nut allergy, you probably need to make your own pesto without nuts. So that is a store-bought pesto. You could make it from scratch, which again is going to help control the sodium. What you want to do is make sure when you're looking for the jarred pesto that you're looking for the one that's lowest in sodium, because they can get kind of high. But do you know what's in pesto?
I don't.
Besides the nuts, now that I told you that. It's basil, olive oil, so fresh basil leaves, some olive oil, lemon juice, Parmesan. I've made it myself before, you know, in a food processor. I've added a little Greek yogurt to it to make it creamy. But obviously, if we're just trying to throw something together quickly, the store-bought pesto is really great. So that was a half a cup of the store-bought pesto. You mix that together, you can chill it, and it's ready to go.
Voila. Smells delicious already.
Yes. So 1 cup of this is a serving. And it has 240 calories and 3 grams of fiber. Again, you can eat this kind of as an entree or a side because it does have the protein in it. So it's a great dish for the summer.
And I can't wait to dig into it. It looks absolutely delicious. It smells delicious. And it's a healthy alternative.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much, Ashley. And if this is something you like to try at home, the complete recipe and list of ingredients can be found on our website, 25newsnow.com. Coming up after the break, we'll have the latest in entertainment.